In the headlines, unidentified hoodlums abduct 4 female students of College of Health, Safi. 4 police officers shot dead as gunmen attack at Tani police station in Anambra. Supreme Court affirms 6-year jail term for John Yakubu over pension fraud. Away from Nigeria, Moscow says thousands of Ukrainian soldiers surrender in Mariupol. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. And now the details. Unidentified hoodlums have fled with some female students of College of Health Technology, Safi. The incident was said to have occurred early Wednesday morning when the hoodlums stormed the female dormitory with sophisticated weapons. Confirming the incident, Zamfara State Police Public Relations Officer SP Muhammad Shehu said at about 3 a.m. Wednesday morning, some yet-to-be-identified hoodlums went to the rented dormitory of some students of College of Health Technology, Safi, located at the outskirts of the town, and abducted 5 female students. Police and other security operatives rushed to the scene, but unfortunately, the hoodlums have fled with the victims. One of the students escaped, leaving 4 others. Police, in collaboration with the security operatives, are currently on extensive research and rescue operations aimed at rescuing the victims unhurt. It is, however, reported that the suspected terrorist had already made contact with the families of the abducted victims, demanding full ransom. Meanwhile, suspected gunmen in the early hours of today killed 4 policemen at Atani police station in Ogbaru local government area of Anambra State. The unknown gunmen who stormed the police station at about 1 a.m. after killing the police officers set part of the station ablaze. The Anambra State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Tochukwu Ikenga, who confirmed the incident, said the police later dislodged the hoodlums. He said the Commissioner of Police and other police officers at about 1:30 a.m. stormed the place and engaged the hoodlums who fled from the station. Still on security, Kaduna Police Command, in collaboration with the Nigerian Army and the Navy, foiled an attack on Akwando village in Kachia local government area of Kaduna State. Spokesperson of Kaduna Police Command, ASP Muhammad Jalige, in a statement, said the operatives Monday acted on information that some scrupulous elements with sophisticated weapons suspected to be bandits had invaded Akwando village in Kachia local government area to foment their usual carnage. Jalige said on getting the information, the combined team of the operatives immediately moved to the location to prevent the criminals from carrying out their nefarious mission. He said the security agencies repelled them and succeeded in neutralizing 1 bandit and recovered from him an AK-47 rifle loaded with 17 rounds of live ammunition, while the remaining bandits fled with bullet wounds. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday in Abuja expressed optimism that Nigeria's bid to expand its maritime territory under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea will be achieved without war, litigation, or purchase. The president spoke Tuesday while receiving a progress report from the high-powered Presidential Committee on Nigeria's Extended Continental Shelf Project.
This is one of the many reasons why I have been ardently following your progress over time. It is my intention to support the submission to the United Nations for additional maritime area in accordance with the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea to claim for Nigeria every bit of space that she deserves under United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. It is pleasing to know that most wars that have taken place in the world since time immemorial, including present times, have always been territorial, and Nigeria has this one and only chance to gain territory without litigation or purchase. I'm looking forward to the day that I can announce to Nigerians that additional maritime territory has been approved for Nigeria by the United Nations Commission on the limits of the continental shelf.
Director of Publicity and Advocacy of the Northern Elders Forum, Dr. Hakeem Baba Ahmed, says the present administration, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, lacks the political will and the overall capacity to effectively combat the menace of insecurity currently ravaging different parts of the country. Speaking exclusively to Trust TV, Baba Ahmed says the recent call by the Northern Elders Forum for the president to resign is born out of the need to see positive steps being taken to tackle insecurity, as according to him, the president is either unable or unwilling to do anything differently in the current fight, adding that one of the main responsibilities of the government is to secure lives and property of its citizens, which this present administration has failed to do.
No, it is not. There is a whole year he has to continue to be president of the country. A year can make a difference, a huge difference. If we saw evidence that he intends to do something with the year that he has, we wouldn't say what we're saying. There doesn't appear to be anything that he's planning to do different from what he's done before. So a year is a long time. A lot of things can happen. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like good things. We just feel abandoned. We feel as if the president has run out of ideas. He's not trying anything new. He just uses the same old words. We are trying our best, go after them. And these people are coming after us. It's very weak political will. I'm not sure the president understands that how much power he has and how much he needs to exercise that power behind the title of Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces and Chief Security Officer of the country. And he tolerates too many things he should not tolerate. He gives instructions he doesn't follow through. We don't know who advises him, but he's too far removed from the circumstances under which citizens live. That's the first one. There's also the issue of competence. A president by now, faced with country facing all these things, you've been president for 4 years, you came back to Nigeria and said, sorry, we haven't done as much as we want to do something else. And it gets worse. Another president will really roll up his sleeves and say, no, listen, I'm not going to leave this legacy. This is not going to be my legacy. I'm not going to leave Nigeria worse than I inherited it. I will do everything. Get the governors involved if we need to tinker with the constitution, if we need to do some structural changes.
Now, various crises in Nigeria are said to have displaced 3.3 million Nigerians from their homes. The Vice President ECOWAS Commission, Finda Koroma, made this assertion during a stakeholders workshop on the best practices for stabilization in West Africa. Fatima Karae has more.
The ECOWAS Commission, in partnership with development organizations and governments, has embarked on a journey of introducing interventions designed to stabilize conflict-affected areas in West Africa. The Commission will also address the root causes of insecurity and set them on path for sustainable development through recovery and building community resilience. The Vice President, Finda Koroma, said this became necessary following displacement crisis in Burkina Faso, where the militant group's violence originating from Mali displaced 1.2 million people. And in Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, violent attacks by Boko Haram in the northeastern Nigeria have resulted in the displacement of 2.5 million Nigerians, while kidnappings, extortion, and organized criminal attacks in the northwest Nigeria have displaced an additional 800,000 people. Finda Koroma said ECOWAS, in partnership with the German government, has established ECOWAS Fund for regional stabilization and development in fragile member states to stabilize conflict-affected communities through provision of sustainable economic opportunities and essential services for conflict-affected communities and construction or rehabilitation of key national infrastructure. In Abuja, Fatima Sanusi Karai, Trust TV News.
The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has solicited the support of the senators of the All Progressives Congress for his presidential bid. He made the request on Tuesday when he hosted the lawmakers to an iftar dinner at the Agudu House within the presidential villa in Abuja, the nation's capital. The Senate President, who led the lawmakers to the villa, briefed State House correspondents after the dinner, saying the conversation with the Vice President was cordial. He, however, gave no word on whether the APC senators will give Osinbajo the support he requested.
Has expressed his interest and that he wants to consult with the caucus, the Senate APC caucus. He wanted us to hear from his mouth, and that we did. And he was seeking our support in whatever way we can at the appropriate time. And we wish the Vice President, His Excellency, good luck in this endeavor. But let me assure everyone that the Senate APC caucus and indeed the National Assembly caucus of the APC will continue to work very hard for our great party, the APC, to continue to provide services for Nigerians and also work hard to ensure that by 2023, the next administration is an APC administration at the center and majority of the states.
You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up shortly. Concern over locally made Jews. Details and more after the break. Thanks for staying. You're watching Trust News Update. A look at the top stories again. Unidentified hoodlums abducted 4 female students of College of Health, Safi, in Zamfara State. Plus, suspected gunmen on Wednesday killed 4 policemen at Atani Police Station in Ogbaru local government area of Anambra State. Elsewhere, the Supreme Court of Nigeria on Wednesday in Abuja affirmed the 6 years imprisonment on a former federal director of pensions, John Yakubu Yusuf. The court also ordered him to refund 22.9 billion naira to government coffers. The amount was part of the police pension fund that he admitted before a high court of the Federal Capital Territory to have been misappropriated. Justice Tijani Abubakar, in a judgment in an appeal filed by Yusuf, upheld the decision of the Court of Appeal, which in 2018 sent him to 6 years imprisonment in addition to the refund of the huge sum. Justice Abubakar said that the appeal of the former federal pension director seeking to set aside the 6 years jail term against him was frivolous, vexatious, and devoid of merit. President Muhammadu Buhari has sworn in commissioners for the National Population Commission and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. The swearing-in took place shortly before the commencement of the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting at the State House in Abuja on Wednesday. The commissioners, who were confirmed by Senate last month, are Chief Benedict Effiong, Gloria Izomfo, Kupcha Iyanya, Haliru Bala, Eyitayo Oyetunji for the National Population Commission. Those for the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission are Assistant Inspector General of Police Olugbenga Adeyanju, retired, Senator Anthony Agbo, Ann Ode, Goni Gujba, and Dr. Lois Mandama. Meanwhile, the President today chaired the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting at the Council chambers in Abuja. The consumption of locally made juice in Kano State, especially during Ramadan, is widespread and may often affect people's health, as these drinks rarely pass through the required scrutiny of regulators. In this report, Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin examines the implication of consuming locally made soft drinks and juice. The report.
Usually at iftar, many people prepare to use something cold to break their fast. And this kind of locally made soft drink or concentrated juice may just be fine, especially among low-income earners.
You know, the situation we are in now is a kind of situation that requires people to take a lot of water, especially you can see that it's Ramadan fast. And most of our people, the problem we are having is that most of our people do not know how to differentiate between NAFDAC certified product and the fake ones that are being produced anywhere across the town.
Kuma mutum ya sha ruwa yana so ya samu wani abu mai dan galmi-galmi da zai sanyaya masa zuciyarsa.
Actually, the reason why people are going for this concentrated or locally made soft drink is because of the situation the whole society is in. Many people do not have money to buy the kind of juice you are talking about. Therefore, the only way out for them to satisfy their thirst, especially during this Ramadan, is to buy the locally made concentrated juice, because it is what they can afford. It is what is closer to them. So I believe this is the reason why most people are going for this concentrated juice.
Notwithstanding, experts believe that it could also be medically dangerous and life-threatening, as in the case of 2001, when several people in Kano were reported to have died after consuming locally made soft drink and concentrated juice. A repeat of what the National Agency for Food Administration and Control is trying to prevent.
We monitor the production process down to from the raw materials through the manufacturing process to the laboratory analysis and everything, to ensure that everything is within limits, allowed limit for the registered ones.
Although NAFDAC confirmed that so long it has certified the drink, it would be good for use. However, it is advisable to watch out for the agency's certified product before consumption. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
Now, a special court known as Small Claims Court has been established by the Nasarawa State Judiciary to entertain matters on settlement of commercial dispute not exceeding 5 million naira. Chief Judge of the state, Aisha Bashir, made this known while signing the document titled Practice Direction on Small Claims 2022. Correspondent Abubakar Abdullahi sent in this report.
The establishment of the Small Claims Court by the Nasarawa State Judiciary is to enhance speedy resolution of commercial disputes and debt recovery, and is expected to be handled by the State Customary Court. Speaking shortly after signing of the document titled Practice Direction of Small Claims 2022, Justice Aisha Bashir said introducing Small Claims Court in the state judiciary is in line with her commitment to administering justice to the common man in the society.
This issue of Small Claims Court has been something that been agitating my mind ever since I was just a judge, because we have petitions, complaints from farmers and not solitary members of society who are being shortchanged by the police, and now he said the defense corps. I agree with him. So when the issue of the Small Claims Court came to our attention, we felt it very, very necessary to bring sanity to the system as it is.
Justice Aisha, who described the signing of the Small Claims Court in the judicial process as a welcome development, said it will ease the workload of High Court judges in the state. While commending the state government for providing necessary logistics for the smooth running of the judicial system, the Chief Judge equally tasked relevant stakeholders to support the initiative, which is geared towards bringing justice to the doorstep of the common man. In a remark, Vice President, Business Reform, Nasarawa State Investment and Development Agency, Stella Ajige, noted that Nasarawa State is the first state in the North Central to establish small claims court, and explained that the initiative will advance and provide enabling environment for business activities to thrive.
It is no doubt that this small claims court would advance the business environment and create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive within the state.
Also speaking, Chairman, Nigeria Bar Association, Lafia Branch, Mustafa Sadiq, who lauded the judiciary for establishing the special court, said members of the association will support the initiative for justice to prevail.
This particular bold step is to go a long way in bringing structure to people, particularly the petty traders around, the peasant farmers as well, because some, they look onto this paramilitary as if they are semi-court. But we've been telling them they are not court.
Abubakar Abdullahi, Trust TV News, Lafia.
The National Directorate of Employment, NDE, has called on the trainees of crop and animal production under the Sustainable Agricultural Development Training Scheme in Bauchi have been urged to ensure judicious use of the soft loans given to them at the end of their 3-month training by the NDE to enable them to become self-reliant. Director General of the NDE, Malam Abubakar Fikpo, made this known at the beginning of the training of 130 beneficiaries across Bauchi State. Adamu Imam has more.
The Director General, who was represented by the State Coordinator, Lawal Yahya Ali, said the participants were selected across the 20 local government areas of the state, adding that they will focus on crop and animal husbandry. The Director, Rural Employment and Promotion, represented at the event, says they will create awareness for employment opportunities to help take people out of poverty.
We encourage them and we engage them in these trainings. So it is these trainings that would sensitize them of the importance of using these loans to benefit themselves to the good use or to the full use. That is why the NDE doesn't just give out this money, but no, they give you training and they show you ways using these programs, just like the one we just witnessed now, the Sustainable Agricultural Development Training Scheme. So this is just one of the tools the NDA uses to empower and also train their beneficiaries.
Some of the beneficiaries described the scheme as a step towards economic sustainability and self-sufficiency for them.
Pray Almighty Allah to guide me through the process of utilizing this loan in a peaceful manner and in a good way to do something meaningful with this loan. And we all know that this is a loan. It's not a free money for us for doing this program.
30 participants are given 100,000 naira each as agricultural soft loans, while others received livestock. They are expected to pay back within the 3 years to enable others benefit from the scheme.
Flowers are not just ornaments for beautification, but also plant produce which can serve as means of livelihood for horticulturists. In this report, Trust TV's Kabir Lawal looks at the importance of flowers, not just in the aesthetic world, but as a life-sustaining plant. The report.
Studies have over time revealed that with an increase in the number of plants comes a concurrent improvement in the air quality. This has made more people to take to flowering as a way of improving the quality of human breath, while others who engage in it first, for the sake of beauty, have come to realize that one can make a decent living out of horticulture.
It goes beyond the beautification of your houses and your environment. There are medicinal plants, there are ornamental plants, so it depends on which area you are looking.
This is my business. This is what I depend on. We used to sell flowers, you can see. A lot of people used to stop and buying flowers, and they used to give us landscaping, parks and gardens, farming.
Beyond the above, green edges and flowery environment have been known to possess therapeutic powers, as researchers have seen improvement in the mood of patients who are exposed to these kinds of environments. Mr. Shaka Ndabo acknowledges this.
They don't have the in-depth knowledge of plants. You understand? People spend a lot of money to import spices and beverages. But when you come to the garden here, it's what will give you fresh. We have a spice they call lavender.
Flowers also serve as food, as some of them are edible.
If God wants to bless you a day, you can become a billionaire in this business. And I could believe that there's a lot of gardeners in the US, other countries that develop.
Nigerians on the streets of Abuja want youths in the country to take a shot at horticulture instead of waiting for non-existent white-collar jobs.
We started this because of the situation of the country. My husband lost his job during the corona time. So instead of staying idle, waiting, pending when job will come, that's why we decided to go into this. And to the glory of God, God had been so faithful.
I can say flower is very, very important. And it's also another business. And I also advise my brothers, especially we northern youth, especially northern youth, I would like to advise them because we like to stay jobless.
As you can see, the importance of flower in our society cannot be overemphasized. While some are being used for decorations in also mosques and churches and even houses, in Abuja, Kabir Lawal, Trust TV News.
Away from Nigeria, Russia's defense ministry said Wednesday that more than 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers have surrendered in Mariupol, a strategic port city in eastern Ukraine that has been besieged by Moscow's troops for over a month. According to a statement, the ministry said among the troops are 162 officers and 47 are women, adding that more than 100 were wounded. Russia is believed to be trying to connect occupied Crimea and Moscow-backed separatist territories, Donetsk and Luhansk in Donbass, and has laid siege to Mariupol at the start of its military operation. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden has accused Vladimir Putin's forces of committing genocide in Ukraine, where Russia is intensifying its campaign to take the strategic port city of Mariupol. Biden's accusation comes as Moscow, already accused by the West of widespread atrocities against civilians, is feared to be readying a massive onslaught across Ukraine's east that Washington warned might involve chemical weapons. And it's a wrap on Trust News Update. But you can connect with us via our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch more. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.